Okay, so I just feel like I have to make a video because there's a woman right now in the UK who is being forced against her will to have an abortion. So I'm basing this information off of different news stories that I've read from the New York Times, different things like that. I'll put all the links in the description. But it says a British judge authorized doctors to forcibly perform an abortion on a pregnant London woman with learning and mood disorders after determining that it is in her best interests. The woman, who has not been publicly identified, is 22 weeks pregnant. Now, let me just show a picture of what a 22-week-old baby looks like. A 22-week-old baby is about the size of a large coconut. And this is a 22-week-old child. The pregnant woman is in her 20s and, according to doctors, has the mental capacity of a 6 to 9-year-old child. Justice Nathalie Lieven, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, issued the ruling in the Court of Protection, which makes decisions on financial or serious healthcare matters for people who lack the mental capacity to make their own decisions. Now, this is what the judge, Nathalie Lieven, said about her decision. I am acutely conscious of the fact that for the state to order a woman to have a termination where it appears that she doesn't want it is an immense intrusion. Okay, so why do that? Of course it's an immense intrusion. It's horrible. I don't think anyone in the government has the right to force a woman to have her own unborn child killed. It's just absolutely terrible. And it just makes me so angry. This is a women's rights issue. It's a disability rights issue. It's a human rights issue. As the decision was first revealed by the Press Association and other British news media, including the Catholic News Agency, a spokeswoman for the British group Abortion Rights, which campaigns to keep options open for the many women who willingly choose to end their pregnancies, describes the case as not unprecedented, but really sad. Okay, so even a pro-choice, pro-abortion for those who want them, even a spokeswoman for that group is still condemning this judge's decision to force this person to have an abortion and admitting that it's really, really sad. Because the whole point of pro-choice is pro-choice either way. It's not pro-abortion. So I'm glad that the people in that group spoke up, said how wrong they feel this is, as I'm sure many people feel the same. It says, the pregnant woman was under the care of a National Health Service trust, which sought the court's permission for doctors to perform the abortion. The council that employs the social worker had also asked for a decision. Okay, I don't think it should be involved at all. The social worker, the National Health Service Trust, none of that. It should be up to the mother, the pregnant mother, whether or not to have this baby. So it says both the pregnant woman and her mother, identified by news reports as a former midwife from Nigeria, are both against terminating the pregnancy, with the grandmother offering to care for the child. The woman's lawyers and a social worker also objected to the forced abortion. So the grandmother is offering to care for the child. The pregnant woman wants to have the child. I really don't see why she should be forced to get an abortion just because she's been diagnosed with learning disabilities. It says, the judge in the Court of Protection said that she made her decision based on consideration of the abortion law, the 2005 Mental Capacity Act, and evidence presented at the hearing. Now, what that evidence was, I don't know, because it's been kept private and secret, which I think it should be made public, honestly. I think, they should explain themselves. Why are they forcing this woman to have an abortion against her will? It's craziness to me. I just think it's awful. It says the court was told that the woman had been given a diagnosis of a moderately severe learning disorder and mood disorders. And it doesn't get any more specific than that. What they consider a mood disorder, I mean, that's a very subjective term. The judge said, I think she would like to have a baby in the same way that she would like to have a nice doll. And that she isn't sure the woman has any sense of what having a baby means. So I don't know why this judge, Nathalie Lieven, thinks that it's her place to decide what this pregnant woman is thinking or feeling about the baby. It says, the judge noted the risks posed by the woman's behavioral and psychological problems and suggested that the grandmother who vowed to care for the child might have to leave the mother and the home at some point. Okay, so if that happens, what's the problem? She also said she thought the woman would suffer more if the baby was brought to term and taken away to foster care or adoption than if the pregnancy was terminated. Okay, this judge is not a mind reader. She can't predict whether or not the woman is going to suffer more, whether her baby goes to foster care or whether she is forced to have an abortion against her own wishes. And to me, the second option sounds a lot more traumatizing and way worse. The judge is claiming the woman would suffer greater trauma from having a baby removed from the home because at that stage it would be a real baby. Okay? At 22 weeks, it already is a real baby. You saw the pictures of a 22-week-old baby. This just upsets me so much, and I know many people probably agree, so please leave me a comment, please share this video, share this story. Right now, I am just disgusted with the NHS and really the whole entire, the UK in general, that their government is allowed to do this to people. So please leave me a comment about what you think, or try to share this, or, you know, I don't really know if there's anything at all that we can try to do to help this poor person, but it's just really sad and I think it needs to be talked about. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.